and I'm going to change lighting. Oh, that's no good. That's a little better. Ish.
So a little over 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks and 3 days ago. I could use a shave.
Correction. January 14th was when said hair incident happened. I look like I could make a marshmallow look tan, according to that screen. Pointing right at it. Whatever, the screen's next to the lens, and the lens is here. I'm looking in. I have a razor that has a mind of its own. Did you hear something? I got into a fight with a coffee grinder, and the coffee grinder won. Aliens floated down on our little UFOs, and well, their beam was not exactly powerful enough. It was enough to penetrate through the roof, but not enough to beam me up Scotty. Beamed it on my head, and all the hair disintegrated down to stubble. Looking in the mirror afterwards, mirror. I always have a hard time saying that word. Mirror. M-I-R-R-O-R. Thing in the bathroom. Whatever happened? What happens to a mirror when you burn it? I don't know. And lack of hair. Where did the hair go? Where did the hair go? So all of a sudden a beam just beamed down on my head and it's gone. Somebody burned a candle enough for the wax to melt. And decided it would be a funny joke if they poured it on my head and it melted my hair. On a more positive note, I had lilac smelling scalp afterwards, and I thought maybe I could take the remaining chunk of hair and turn it into a wick, and then I could be a human walking candle. That would be cool. It didn't work out. And side note, hair smells really bad when you burn it. And the smoke alarms went off, and everybody was all scared, and they thought the house was on fire. It really wasn't. It was just my head. And you should have seen that fireball, though. I'm surprised it didn't scorch the walls. Hair-thieving leprechauns. Hair-thieving leprechauns snuck out of the washing machine. And snuck into my bedroom while I was sleeping. And they plucked. They plucked it out of my head. And it looked all patchified. And so I had to take the shaver and go like a lawnmower. They didn't even pluck single hairs at a time. Yeah. I was trying to give myself a Marine Corps haircut. I like how I look with that Marine Corps haircut. And I started by watching a YouTube video, because that's where all the great ideas come from. And the razor did not want to cooperate, or my hair was too thin, or pick another reason, but it just didn't work. Well, finally, I said forget it, and I took off the clip from the razor and just basically smooth, scalpy skin. Where was I? That's how I got from picture number 1 to picture number 2. Maybe I should do that in reverse order. From picture number 1 to picture number 2. I was putting a weed whacker up on the shelf in the garage, and all of a sudden it turned on, and I lost a lot of hair that day. But that was a bad hairless day. Because, you know, people have bad hair days, but when you don't have hair, you can't say you're having a bad hair day, because you don't have hair. Have I mentioned how much I love coffee? Glare from the window. You can't see it. Why, yes. As a matter of fact, I am wearing 2 different socks on my feet. Are you going to judge me for it? I didn't think so. You're even lucky I'm wearing socks. I don't like socks. I would prefer to go barefoot. I obviously wear some sort of foot covering when it comes to going out in the snow. I don't go out in the snow barefoot, but I don't like shoes. I don't like socks. I don't really like anything on my feet. Not really. No, not at all. This is my hat. You can wear it like this. Look all bad. Wear it bad like this, off the side. I'm sure that's something somewhere. You wear it off to this side. Or you could spin it around and wear it like that. I don't know if it's straight. It's a combo between, you know, if you're not sure if you want to wear this kind of this is my head. You can just see the top half of my head. If you can't decide whether or not you want to wear a form-fitting, skull-crushing knit hat, which will keep your head warm, it will, but it's really constricting on the head, or a baseball hat, because that just looks cooler. If you can't decide if you want to wear this or this, and well, to wear both just looks silly, hat makers decided this would be good, you know. Not a bad hat. Not a bad hat. I make fire in my hand, but only till it burns down to stick and, you know, burns your finger. If the power goes out, we're okay. You know, I don't just light matches for anything except for, you know, to put it on camera. Or if you take a really, really bad poop and it stinks, we're okay because, you know, you run out of air freshener and you light a match and stink goes away because you're smelling the match and it's happy. You know, somebody walks in after you and you're like, oh, I can tell they pooped, but not because of their rotten butt smell. It's because of the sulfur match smell. Ground turkey, healthier for you than a ground beef? I'd like to think yes. Yes. Especially with the whole ground beef, tainted ground beef, or possibly horse meat in your beef, because yeah, when I have a burger, I'd like a side of horse with that meat. I'd like a horse burger. I don't think. Shame on you, Aldi. Although if it's not Aldi, whatever. Shame on you, meat company that sends horse meat and says it's cow meat. And how do you confuse a cow with a horse? One says nay nay, and the other says moo moo, and gives milk. I mean, you can't really ride a cow into town. I mean, okay, if you're in a pinch and you're on the farm, you're in a pinch, yeah, let's take Bessie to the market. Okay, I can see that. You just can't go down a major road because I'm sure you get pulled over for, you know, unauthorized use of a bovine. How else are you supposed to get places? But you can't ride cows. I mean, I'm sure you could ride cows. To say this is beef. It's what's for dinner. No, this is horse. This takes you to town. Are we done? My brain hurts. That's what you're probably saying. Yes, I am done. I think that's a good stopping point.